ever wanted to say something to someone and have them say something back? Welcome to Candid Conversations. Let's chat. I mean, like, I don't know if this is ego tripping, but I just got gassed off of my own intro. Like,
That Joe was fire too.
I'm not gonna lie, driving under insanity knows what he's doing when he's touching the computer, man. I gotta shout him out for putting this whole thing to get that whole intro together. I,
Shout out
I
to him for real.
I do the same thing with him that I do to my fiance. I said, "Here are the ingredients. Make something magical."
And he came back with something like that. Nah, that's lit. I like that. I like that.
Neither of them have failed. Neither of them have failed. So we're here on Candid Conversations, episode 215 with Rap God TDM. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to let you know that I've interviewed a lot of people over the course of these 215 episodes, but never has anyone claimed themselves to be a rap god. So I know that we're in a completely different echelon in 2025 when it comes to who we're talking to. So,
hmm
Rap God TDM, how you doing?
I'm doing good, and I'm glad you said that. That came from you, not me.
No, honestly, man, when people come here, they come to get their roses. I'm not trying to look. I did enough battle rapping in my years. I had enough people
Yeah,
hate my life for the words that I said. I figure if my words are so powerful that they can change the way you feel about me, let me make you feel good about being around me. So
I understand completely.
exactly, 100%. The other thing I want to say is I was taught by any means necessary. I'm trying to teach by civil means, but if these MF oligarchs keep it up, I'm gonna start patting pockets like I'm Debo in this mofo. You understand me? Like
I feel you, as you should too. You gotta get what's yours. You gotta like if they don't give it to you, you gotta take it.
that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. We're here on Candid Conversations, but it's about to get real because, like I said, we with Rap God TDM here,
hmm
and I'll give him my dude some time to put his stuff together so we can get to the brass tacks of it. But as it comes down to it, corporate society has got the whole thing twisted. But before we get into that, did you watch the Super Bowl this past Sunday?
See, this is funny. I didn't. I just watched the halftime show because I already knew who was going to win, and I
Mm-hmm.
kind of called that a couple months ago because I just saw where everything was going. I knew where everything was headed. I knew where it was directed, and I knew Philly was going to take it. I didn't think it was going to be like that. I just knew we was going to win.
Okay. And in saying that, the halftime show, which is the main reason I asked about if you watch the Super Bowl or not. I haven't seen
Mhm.
most of the season. I just tune in. It's like WrestleMania. I can miss the whole
Fact.
season and just tune in for that kind of thing. But what did you think about the show?
In short, I loved it. In long pause, um, in long pause again. It's like in one hand it's art, and then the other hand it was real spiteful, and I kind of loved how spiteful it was. Like I loved every bit of it. Um, you ever heard of what's this thing called? You ever heard of the jester's privilege?
Jester's privilege.
hmm
Enlighten me.
All right, so a jester's privilege is when you know how if you have a king, it's treason to insult the king. It's treason to say anything out of pocket to the queen, the prince, the princess, anything. Anything less than utmost respect will get you beheaded, right?
Oh yes, yes, yes.
Except for the jester. The jester is literally paid to pick on the entire royal family and be safe. What modern comedians do now is basically the same thing. They pick apart modern society and get a laugh and no real chastisement outside of, sexual misconduct and stuff like that. But What we have here is a expertise or an expert move in the jester's privilege. He's literally talking about our country, the network he's on while doing this, the platform that they put him on, and they're allowing it. They're lapping it all up, and he's literally putting it all back into their face. He has justice privilege at this point. That's what I saw from it.
That's a very unique perspective on that. That's a very unique perspective.
Because, I mean, outside of that, you couldn't just say, most of the messages he was giving off, you couldn't just blatantly say that to the people that the message is really for. Because, like Sam said, when he was on the corner right before Peekaboo, he was like, "Oh, cultural cheat code. Deduct one life, not a point, a life."
Yeah. Yep.
So
Yep.
like, you can't just do all these things openly. You got to have it under the guise of entertainment. Same way as the Jesters did. They can get all their frustrations with the king that they hate so much right out the front of them and the queen and everybody that's invited into the castle and go to their crib scot free. A regular person can't do that.
I mean, I've been culture shocked because everybody seems to be taking the Kendrick side of this thing,
Hmm.
and that's the first perspective. Well, one of the few perspectives I've seen that contradicts it.
No, I'm still on the kitchen side. I love that. Like I love it. That's not against it. I'm just saying this is what it is. Like,
Okay, okay. No, well, maybe not contradicts it. Maybe that word is. I've been using like heavier words than I should be lately, but it definitely shines a different light on the general perspective of things.
mhm.
So,
You know, like it's just like I feel like he does that and he really did that. I'm not going to give him too much credit, but it's just too to me it seems too obvious for it to not be like that because the man thinks a lot. He's I'm not going to call him a genius, but he's a thinker and it shows in his art.
yeah, the last person that called himself a genius is still going off the rails.
Yeah, I seen that crash out. I was
That
all I did was just turn off my phone.
I'm sitting here and I'm just like, are you? You know, they run the whole record industry, right? They go, they
Listen,
go. I ain't
he
going
thinks he has the way around it, but it's like, nah, because they do that too. Like,
everything. Like you can't. What did Cat Williams say? You can't say fuck everybody in the club and expect to get in the club or get out the club unscathed.
exactly.
You keep
So
doing that.
it's I don't even want to say it's because he claims that he's bipolar, but it's more or less because he believes he's above everything or that nothing can harm him. He has stood the test of time and has gone through a bunch of stuff, but there's a limit. He ain't Superman. Like nobody's invulnerable.
Say it again, cause I duck and cover whenever I say half of the things I say. You gotta listen. I say a lot of the things I say from the comfort of my own home, so I know when they coming. Don't even play with. Don't even play with
I
me.
put my shit. I put my shit in the music and don't come out nowhere else. Like
Hey,
that's it.
hey, it is what it is. It is what it's gonna be. We're here on episode 215 of Candid Conversations with Rap God TDM. We were just talking about a little bit of what's going on right now. When we come back, we're gonna get into more of what's going on, specifically with him and the music. Check us out live on Expose the North 8741 on YouTube. That's youtube.com/expose the North 8741 or later on Zeno.fm /Culture Shock Radio. We'll be right back. And we're back. All right. So let's talk about your music. Let's get into it
Right.
there. What was your first experience with music that you could remember?
Shit. All right, so that's kind of layered because my experience with music literally goes to me being in my mom's womb. Because when she was pregnant with me, she used to like put her headphones on her stomach and play a lot of different music. So it started with that, but then like music has been inside of my household since. then. So like rap has always been a part of me, but I really didn't fall in love with it until 1992 when I first heard Pete Rock and CL Smooth. They reminisce over you when I was real young. But like I heard that, and back then that's when I decided this is what I wanted to do. Like way back then.
Okay. All right. That's a classic. That is definitely one of those joints that was built a different lane in music. It was more mellow than the boom bap, but still had a vibe. Okay, so what was your most recent experience with music?
Um, Outside of going to studios, um, damn the very last musical thing that I did. Shoot, doing my last music video. I got more work that I'm doing now, but I just finally finished that and released it 12 days ago. So like
Okay.
that
All right, all right. Now I got the
outside of
track
behind
here
the scenes stuff.
still.
Hmm.
All right. I haven't listened to it yet because I wanted to give you the general reaction when I saw it or heard it. Um, what three words would you use to describe it?
Perseverance. Um, I want to say grinding, but that's to me that's damn near the same thing. But grinding, I guess, if you want to be technical.
Okay.
Uh, and shit. Let me see. Passion.
Okay. All right. Now we got this song queued up right here. To update drivers, reconnect our whole system, make sure this was working because I had some glitchy shit happen when I had Dialect Sosa on here. But
Damn.
yeah, man, ain't nothing like hearing the song on this side, vibing to it, and watching the person on the other side look at you like, "What are you vibing to, brother? I can't hear a damn thing."
Oh, damn. So I
So
won't even hear that. All right.
yeah, yeah. So let's make sure you hear this.
Yeah, I hear that. Mhm.
Still grinding. Y'all stay lurking. I'm still moving. That's for certain. Still grinding. Y'all stay lurking. I'm still moving. That's for certain. Swallow your pride. Niggas lacking when it's do or die. Real crip niggas multiply. When no one gives me a suicide. No watch as I flex. Still keep it hood like a 2 for 5. Niggas ask me how did I survive. So just keep it between you and I do not know. As in how far I will go. Give me the money real slow. Moving, I'm giving you flow. Therefore you cry like a hoe. I can't let you go. Lord forgive me for my foolish ways. How I'm godly when I'm banging trays. I still see spirits from back in the days. Still grinding. Y'all stay lurking. Y'all not perfect. I'm still moving. That's for certain. Still grinding. Y'all stay lurking. Y'all not perfect. I'm still moving. That's for certain. Lately I'm blessed. I take advantage of the sunny day. Niggas hate me when I'm on the stage. Cause my chain shining all through the shade. Now tell me who best. When every verse is leaving you amazed. Every bar's got you in the days. You still stuck in the 11th grade. Graduate, nigga. They try to stop me, but my vision bigger. Crop them out of life, fuck a picture. Treat these niggas how I treat a swisher. Get thrown in the trash. In other words, you're getting under dirt. Whoever coming last can get it first. How am I the best, but giving you the worst? Still grinding. Y'all stay lurking. Y'all not perfect. I'm still moving. That's for certain. Still grinding. Y'all stay lurking. Y'all not perfect. I'm still moving. That's for certain. I'm up in that shit. To make a song about a lick. Keep the hook done by Roddy Rich. Then make a song about flipping bricks. But what would that mean? Different actors with the same scenes. Different fashion with the same jeans. I'm a different nigga with the same team. So I get it how I live. I can put that on my kids, nigga. Ever play me like a bitch, then it is what it is, nigga. Shot removing nigga lid. His body flopping like a squid. Should've listened to his kids. I don't gotta do a bid. Legal burner, self-defense, nigga. Yeah, yeah,
All right. So that's what it is. Yo, I mean, you brutalized those triplets.
Thank you for noticing. A lot of niggas don't get that, so thank you for noticing.
No, trust me, I picked that up. That was one of the first things I picked up, and those aren't easy to do because you have to be like you have to be offbeat but on point technically.
Like it's the way I hear shit when I like hear a beat, and I'm like, it's certain songs I'm not like trying to like write something directly. I just write what I feel that comes from it. So once I find the pocket in the flow, I just try to find the best way to work it. That's what I can describe it.
Now we got this link here, YouTube. There's a YouTube link for your video. What's the name of that video?
That is Paper. That's from the latest song that I released.
Okay.
That
Hey,
directed by one of the homies, one Beast K Hendrix. He's new to the scene, but he's doing a lot of different videos now, and he's going to be doing all of mine from now
all right, all right. So we're gonna show that in the next segment.
on.
We're gonna get this for the latest from the soon to be greatest. Be sure to check out sharetheshock.ca. Don't hate that Hot Manor is still being promoted, and Halloween's not for another couple of months. This time next week is gonna be here, so you stand there. Um, it's already February though. I swear I just had the
I
New
know.
Year's party.
I know. Like, I feel like as soon as I go to sleep, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. It's the 28th.
It's insane. It's insane. So, oh man, I ain't trying to rush the years. I ain't trying to rush the time. What do you have planned for? What do you have on your calendar so far?
Man. All right. So right now, I'm managing a couple of other artists and making sure that they're situated before I continue a little bit further. But I'm planning to cap the summer off with a concert showcasing either them and a whole bunch of local acts around our area. I'm decided right now on the venue area. I got a couple options, but I also do that. Like I've been doing shows for my first show was in 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, my first show was in 2012, and I've been performing since. But then COVID hit right after I went to Vegas to perform there, and um, and then it's just been restructuring ever since, and then releasing singles and having interviews and stuff.
All right. Well, we're going to talk a little bit more about Vegas when we get back from this Candid Conversations episode 215, which by the episode count is actually 217. We'll be right back.
Ooh.
All right. So, you mentioned Vegas. Now,
Yeah,
what was that like? I hear a lot about it. I've never been myself personally. So, if someone were to live vicariously through you, what would they have done?
well, honestly, we was there to work, so it wasn't like we wasn't there to like party and all this stuff because we definitely had to work because it was Valentine's. It was we performed Valentine's Day in 2019, so like it had to be about work because we leaving each one of us was in relationships and we leaving them home just to do this stuff. So like it was still crazy because we still got the like overall sense of the whole city because we had to move around and do a couple of other shows and stuff before we led up to the real show that we was there for.
Okay.
We hit up a couple open mics, spread our names around there and everything. Did the whole independent grind, and then the show that we was paid to do, we did that Valentine's Day, and then we left Monday. But it was it's pretty lit, and it's definitely always open. Everything's always open. They're always up. There's always something happening. Like no matter where you go. We was on the old Vegas Strip, and that wasn't even like the new Vegas Strip where there's super glitz and glamour and everything. But like even there, it was still too much to do, like too much to take in.
Okay. Okay. That's massive. Awesome. All right. So the things as they happen. Um, has anything surprised you this year where it's come to your career so far?
Let me see. This year so far, hmm, a couple things that I can't really talk about yet.
Oh, that good, eh?
Uh, yeah,
All
it's
right, all
really
right.
that good, but I
See,
can't
we
really
expose
just.
the North, but we ain't trying to expose those. And the thing is, the worst part about it is when you have something that good happening for you, and you just know how bad mind people are, you can't really say it until it's about to happen. Because you know, no matter how good it is for you, the bad mind are gonna say something.
Right. But like this is something that like I got to keep under wraps for a minute until it's like
You,
time. It's really time to officially announce it.
well, when the time comes, feel free to bring that information back here as well.
Most
I'll leave the
definitely.
open invitation there. Um,
Most definitely.
all right. So, what would you say to yourself 10 years ago?
10 years ago. Let's see. Stop going to these damn college parties. One. I don't care if your brother's going. It doesn't matter. Chill the fuck out. One. That's one. Um, Honestly, that and if I'd have did like a couple of different things, a couple if I handled a couple of situations differently, I'd probably been a little bit better off. But I don't really regret it. It still is what it is, but could have been better. But that's life. Live and you learn.
Life happens. You got to keep living.
Exactly.
All right. So, we got your video here, paper. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Shit tab. There we go. All right. So, um, what three words would you use to describe this one?
Growth, determination, grit. Growth,
Okay,
determination,
let's
grit.
go.
I was just a youngin' running corners, marijuana in the air. Old heads didn't care. Yeah, I was running from them when police would run up on us, cause they heard the H for 2 in the air. Yeah. We that came up for them dollars, they changed up. Niggas just ain't solid, but we remain us. That's why I beat your challenge, you getting flamed up. Competition is finished, leave no remainders. How many times must I say that for you understand it? I'm the so-called, this rap game is in the panic. I didn't even plan it, I planned to own the planet. You screaming, God damn it, white women running all frantic. I am the best out, fuck a backstab, grip a pump, blow his chest out, that's how it is. It's how the fuck it is, man. All things considered, all things moving at all times. Fuck what y'all thinking and fuck what y'all doing. It's really in how you moving, not how it's proven. And they say they do this for the paper. They know this how we moving, so they just hate us. They notice that we moving something so major. They throwing shots at graces, but they can't phase us. Instead, them niggas folding something like paper. They notice how we moving, so they just hate us. They notice that we moving something so major. They throwing shots at graces, but they can't phase us. Instead, them niggas folding something like paper. I see the spirits in the smoke of every L I toke. I see the spirits in the smoke of every L I toke. I see the spirits in the smoke of every L I toke. I see the spirits in the smoke right now. I see the spirits in the smoke of every L I toke. I see the spirits in the smoke of every L I toke. I see the spirits in the smoke of every L I toke. I see the spirits in the smoke right now.
Okay. All right. So, all right. I see the grit you were talking about. That was gritty. I see that.
Thank
Just
you. Yeah.
the and the vantage point as well of the video. It kind of gave you a different perspective. I
Hmm.
noticed down this guy had his timing down though. The one part of the beginning where it's black and white and you went bah and it changed the
Yep.
color.
Hmm.
Come on now.
Hmm.
Come on now.
Hmm.
That man is paying attention to
That's why he's
detail.
doing. That's why he's doing all my videos. That's exactly why
Yes,
he's
sir.
doing them all.
Yes, sir. When you have a good working formula, you stick with it. All right.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, got to shout out the Village Global Network. We make the network
Mhm.
reaching over 193 countries worldwide with this. Got to shout out
Yeah.
all the creatives that are still a part of what's going on. It is
Plus,
just
plus.
a lot that we've been able to accomplish over the last 2.5 years, including but not limited to the application, the app. Get it from any of your app stores, Samsung, Apple, wherever you purchase your stuff, and download for free the Village Global Network app. Get it while it's free for now because you never know when that's going to change. What?
193 countries, cuz?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Right. We global. We global with this.
Jeez.
So every everything that's done on this show is repeated at least 14 if not 20 some odd times through the different radio stations that we have.
Dang.
So I mean, I feel humbled to be a part of that because it started as an
That's
idea, it
beautiful.
started as a conversation with Senior G. You know what I mean? He
Hmm.
gave me a couple of pointers on what I could do, and from there it just hit the ground running. So we can talk
That's
more about
beautiful.
that when we get back.
Alright.
All right, all right, all right. So, Candid Conversations, episode 217. Actually, this is 215 as it's listed. I apparently forgot two numbers somewhere. You know what? I'm human. That's just what happened. I'm
Right. We all
human,
make mistakes.
and that's just one of them.
Real shit.
But in being human, I like to be fair. And in being fair, I'm going to open the floor now because we're going to flip the script. Now,
Hmm.
when I flip the script, I give the guest the opportunity to be the host and make whatever any comments they have or ask any questions they might have. So,
Okay.
Rap
Okay.
God TDM, you have the floor as we flip the script.
All right, man. Well, you know what? Since this started and since I've been looking through your videos and stuff, since I subscribed, I wanted to ask you, how long have you been at this? Like,
Podcasting as a
mhm.
whole, I started about, I want to say, I know it was definitely before it was as popular as it is now, but it was about 11 years ago.
Wow.
11
Yeah.
years ago. I started a podcast for letsbeef.com at their request. Did that for 2 years, then decided to venture off into my own. And I started the Terrell Effect, which has been live every Saturday except for maybe 3 now. Um, that I've been doing. That is at 446 episodes this Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, man.
So yeah, yeah, it's been a fun ride. I've been able to talk to creatives like yourself and
Mhm.
learn something new with every conversation. So I
Well, that's
appreciate
that's
what
impressive.
people have to offer.
And I understand that, and it shows. Honestly, it shows in the quality of your content. Like, if I'm being honest with you, based off of what I've seen so far, it definitely shows.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No problem. So, any hardships you had to deal with in the past 2 years, 3 years? Shoot, since COVID?
Um, yeah, yeah, but even those I ended up better for. Um, it was let's see. I actually had COVID. It hit me hard.
Same. I feel you.
It put me out. I have never felt like more of a teddy bear than when that I had to get my daughter was 12 at the time. You know what I mean? I'm like laid out. I had to
Yes, sir.
get her to get some stuff for me, and she did so good to take care of me. So but that was probably that, and them trying to sell my house after I had already paid for the mortgage.
Yeah, that's a lot. I already understand. That's a whole damn lot.
Yo, I'm telling you, oligarchs be oligarching.
I hear you on that. Definitely do. Damn, damn, but it all worked out, right?
Oh yeah, I'm still at the same place. They can't get they'd be hard pressed to try and get rid of me. After after they tried that, I sat down and I said, yeah, okay. I came up with an equation for rent equity, and I
Hmm.
called everybody. I called the office of the premier. I called the ministry of the attorney general. I called the department of
Damn.
finance. I called the ministry of finance. I called the MPP, the MP. Shit, I even talked to a couple police about it. I talked to my daughter's principal, my daughter's school. I Everybody that would listen, I talked to about it. And then within 4 years, it
Hmm.
actually came to fruition. So can't say government don't work if you don't work the government,
I feel
unless you
you
want.
on that. I
And
definitely feel you on that.
it's been 15 years of that.
Yeah,
Yeah, every
shit,
week,
I'm
bro.
glad it worked. Shit, shit, if it didn't work, you wouldn't be here right now.
Yo, I'm telling you. Every week I called him and I said, this is what I have in mind, and I see
Hmm.
you have money for me somewhere. Put that money towards this, or I'm coming back for it for something else.
Like, sheesh. Like,
It doesn't always sound like that, but that's the polite way of putting it. You know what I mean? They have money for us.
hmm.
It is in these accounts. If we don't tell them where to put it and make sure they put it there, they're gonna keep spending it on themselves.
Exactly. Exactly. And that runs rampant around here, especially where I'm at right now. Like, it's like when I tell you everything's taxed, like, all right, so only thing that I haven't seen that had an actual tax is marijuana because the weed is legal here now. So, like,
Okay,
in dispensaries, they're not taxed. It's just a straight flat fee. The only thing where it's extra is if you have to use your debit card or some shit like that. It's gonna
okay,
it's gonna cost they work it like ATMs. So you're gonna get a surcharge from them and then a surcharge from your bank if unless your bank is cool and that's
okay.
rare. So outside of that, everything's taxed. House tax, property tax, clothes tax, food tax, cigarettes tax, anything else you want tax. Everything is taxed. You go to certain other states, food and clothes might not be taxed, but everything else is. You go to another state, it's the direct reverse of that. So it's
I don't
like
know.
all up in the air.
Yeah, and it's like I even remember when we used to travel across the border to go to like Tops Friendly Market and stuff like that to go and get groceries cheaper or
Oh,
gas
y'all want
cheaper,
the tops.
whatever. Now it's just like I'm gonna stay over here because their dollar's stronger and I'm not trying to pay three
That
times
is
as
that's
much.
crazy.
There was a time where our dollar was almost on par. Now you guys are like a buck 50 for one of our yeah, one of your dollars is a buck 50 for us or something like that.
Hmm. 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 Definitely is.
If I was y'all, I'd start coming and shopping over here.
Listen, honestly, a lot of people was trying to move over there. So like,
I wouldn't blame you for that, especially with the guy who's running the joint.
listen,
How did
man.
that happen a second time?
I wish I had an explanation for you.
That that's like realizing you had a toxic ex
And then
and
going
then
right
going
back.
back to them.
I'm gonna say it like this: they love them.
They, it's
They
just
love them.
I
Just like that toxic ex. They love them. Hey,
they, I don't know, man.
hey,
I don't know.
we just the rest of us just got to deal with it now.
Right? It's
we
like
like
y'all
the
need.
we like the friends of the person in the toxic relationship and shit. We just got to deal with the fights and shit now. We just got to stay back and like, all right, you can crash shit. It's cool. Like, damn, though, but like, don't go back. Like, that bitch
We don't
not she not good for you. Like, Charles, like, stop. Like. You're abusive. You draw. You beating you, bro. Chill out.
Mm-mm. Candid conversations, man. This is some of the funniest stuff I do. Got to shout out Private Name, Private Number. There's actually a conversation with him that started this show. Um, I was doing the Terrell effect, and he's like, you know what,
Mhm.
you do a lot of work with musicians, but like, how else can we show artists and creatives? And I said, well, I mean, we can get to know the artists behind the art. You know what I mean? So like, this is what we're doing right now. Simple conversation to let people know we are human. We do have other ambitions, and we're gonna get into some of those. So, what is something that you do that you're willing to talk about that no one actually would think you have done?
Huh. Shit. I feel like no, because that's normal. Something that nobody. I have an audience here, and I would probably ask them since they know me really well.
Okay. Well, let's
Hmm.
ask
Hey,
them. We'll get right when we come back from this break.
say less. Hey, y'all. What's something that I would do that y'all wouldn't that I do that y'all wouldn't guess that I do? All right, yeah, that is all right. You're right. That is some off the wall shit from there. All right, I used to work for a roofing company at one point, and like it's like completely different than anything that I used to do because I actually enjoyed the shit. Like
Okay.
so, like it got to the point where every time when I'm with one of my homies and shit, we driving around, I can like spot out different roof types and I can tell you if like your roof is good or if it's going to like fail an inspection or like is about to like collapse in and all that shit, or you need to replace your shingles or just get a whole new roof. Like, so I'm able to like sit from outside in the car and just spot it. Like, hey, nah, they're gonna have to get that worked on in like at least 3 months. They got 3 months before the next storm. It's all fucked up.
Do you ever go back and check if you were right?
Yeah, sometimes I do, and I usually was like, if they
Oh,
don't get the work done, it's always something.
oh man, that's
But like,
bonkers.
that was just a random point of my life.
Oh man, that's crazy. I've had something like that happen to me. I went to stay at a hotel in Newmarket one time. I was doing a tour trying to figure out where we were gonna live and shit. And there was this pole and it had a wicked lean to it. And I told the hotel owner, like, he was one of those dudes. I told him, I'm
Mhm.
like, yo, you're gonna wanna fix that before something happens. He's like, oh no, everything's fine, it's cool. So it rained overnight, right? There's a puddle right in front of the pole.
Uh,
Did the earth not give out around the pole?
of course it did.
That
Of
thing
course it
came
did.
down with the electric bin on it. You know that bin of oil?
Yeah, like I
False.
already pictured it. Like I pictured it in my head as soon as you said it.
Yeah, man. On fire,
As soon as you
everything.
said the rain.
I opened the door to hell. I closed it right back and said, nah.
Like
Don't
I'm good here. They'll
don't
deal
stay
with
right.
that.
Yeah, you can call the fire department. If it blows up my car, you better have a new one for me. That's all. That's all.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
man.
that's
So
crazy.
that being said, what's the wildest thing you've experienced that you feel comfortable discussing on live right now?
All right. I'm not gonna say where, but
Okay.
I went to college at one point,
Okay.
and this is when I was I guess on my straight and narrow, as you would say. Um, I was going to college, and I was at a university, and they had a fraternity.
Okay.
Went to one of their parties once.
Oh boy.
There was a goat there, and I don't want to get too graphic, but there was a goat there, and there was a girl next to the goat on the table, and let's just say it got real once a crowd of people stood around her. I left. That was the craziest thing I've experienced. One of the craziest things I experienced. That's just something I'm comfortable talking about.
Okay. Yeah. So that was a culture shock. I wish I
Yeah, it
had.
definitely was.
I gotta load that up in the screen right there. I gotta get one of those that the bounce out where it just.
Listen, that was the last time I went to a or all right, no, because I went to other frat parties, but they were black frat parties. There was no ghosts. Like I would just say that they were black frat parties, so there were no
No,
live animals.
no, no. If you catch a goat at a black frat party, they're probably gonna cut it and cook it.
Exactly. I'm just gonna pull up a plate and just be happy. Like, all right, that is what we had. All right,
You know, and, like,
where's grandma?
come on now. Oh, all right. So we're getting close to the end of the show.
Mhm.
I know you want to shout out the people that are there, but is there anyone else you want to shout out?
Let me see. Let me shout out my homie Chester. I'm gonna shout out my homie Blow Money, artist that's on the rise. As soon as he dropped this fire, it's a wrap. Shout out to the whole team, Ivy League Life. And saying shout out my homie Mizzy, shout out my homie Heavy C, shout out my homie Beowulf Clutch. That's my nigga right there. Shout out my photographer, fucking Ricardo Faro Visions. Man, shout out Irfan. Shit, like I got a lot of shout outs, clearly. Um, Shout out to the
Okay.
trees. We always moving. Shout out to my engineer, Executive House Music. Shout out to K Hendricks and my homie Il Ron, always moving.
Hmm.
Like I got a strong team around me. Like,
Yeah, man.
and
Sounds
definitely shout out to MJ, definitely for getting this shit going.
big
Like,
ups to FJ for sure.
uh, shout
Oh,
out to MJ's Hip Hop Connects.
yeah. And when you have those artists that have those released, you have this
Mhm.
connect as well.
Got you. Say less,
All right.
because everybody's doing something. So I got you.
Businessmen Records has been in here holding it down heavy for you.
I know exactly who that is. My bad. My fucking bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So I want to thank you for taking the time to come out here or to appear here. I mean, Candid Conversations, episode 217. I know it says 215, but you know what? Sometimes things say things that they're not. Deal with it.
Real shit. And thank you
Deal
for
with it.
having me on here, bro. It's
No
a real
problem.
honor. For real, for real.
We're live on twitch.com for I'm at the block online. On youtube.com, it's / at expose the north 8741. On Facebook, it's David the Block Terrell, DABLOCK. Divine achievements bring life's opportunity, carrying knowledge. Divine achievements bring life's opportunity, carrying knowledge. Things happen to teach those willing to learn. So when I talk my walk, remember I play my part day and dog, staying sharp as the teeth of a shark. That
Mm,
being said, we are a part
mm,
of the Village Global Network, and we make the network reaching over 193 countries worldwide. ShareTheShock.ca is where you can find the latest from the soon to be greatest. Culture Shock Radio is where you're in the mix. Come get your fix. Oh my gosh. Expose the North, we go there and beyond. And Culture Shock, we are the product. Jackson of all trades is in the building as well, because if you can name it, we can tame it. Be sure to check out me and the boys wrestling on Mondays at 7 p.m. on youtube.com/ at POEZ. And oh man, what else? Yeah, be good to someone close to you. You ain't got to go out of your way to impress other people and all of that fun
real
stuff. You know
talk.
what I mean? But if there's someone that's in your circle that's supporting you, do something nice for them. See me, when something good happens to me, I try to do something good for the people around me. And when something bad happens, I stay the fuck away from everyone. Try that
Real
for a week.
shit. Real
If that
shit.
doesn't work, then maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But I didn't get here 217 episodes later not knowing what to talk about. That being
Nah,
said,
that's some real shit. That's some real shit right there. That's a real
on
jewel.
behalf of the Rap God TDM and everyone who took the time to watch this, bless up. We out.